Jeremy Rosenthal's back on the show. Why? Because I need to talk to a lawyer. TexasDefenseFirm.com is his outfit based here in the DFW area. And we have news. Things happened in court today with Donald Trump and this judge. I don't think they're best friends. They're probably not going to send each other Christmas cards, Jeremy. He got slapped with another contempt of court, another $1,000 fine, and another threat of jail this morning. What do you think of that?
So I think what happened here was that these are allegations that happened between the time that the prosecution made their first motion and the time that he ruled. So I don't think this was an instance. I know last week, you remember you had who was it? Was it Saddam Hussein that would draw his line of death in the waters near Tripoli, and then every time Ronald Reagan would go past the line of death, he would just move the line of death a little bit closer and closer and closer to Tripoli.
That would be Gaddafi then, right?
Gaddafi. God, see, man, James, see, that's why I'm a lawyer, because I can't do other things.
Well, I'm not a lawyer, but I'd be good on your trivia team, Jeremy.
Yeah, you're right. Saddam Hussein, I think that was Iraq. Anyway, okay, you're right. We're okay. But so I don't think the judge is, the judge basically is taking the position that, look, I didn't threaten you with jail before you did these ones, so I'm going to hit you with a fine. That said, I think he's also trying to give Donald Trump as much rope as he can to hang himself. I mean, it is kind of one of those things that, look, on the 15th time, nobody's going to have any sympathy for you. I think that's the judge's position. If Donald Trump the judge is going to say, look, man, you have stepped in the stool one too many times.
Stepped in the stool. Well played. I like that. So I saw one of the, I don't even know if this is true because I only saw it on X. You know how reliable social media can be. But one of the things that he had, it was a retweet from someone else, and it was a picture of a letter Stormy Daniels had written to someone, I forgot who, saying I'd never had an affair and all of that's a bunch of lies. Is that a legit letter? Have you seen that, or am I just caught up in a rabbit hole?
Just because you're caught up in a rabbit hole doesn't mean it's not true, and it doesn't mean, but I haven't seen it. So I have not seen what it is that you are referring to. And that's kind of one of the tricks here, right? There's a lot of rabbit trails here, and some of them are worthwhile, and some of them are just fun.
Yeah, I get those wrong sometimes. I just wanted to see if you had seen it too. So I guess not. That is a demerit against that theory like that. Now, what about the trial itself? We see the contempt of courts and the fines and the jail threats, but what about the actual case? How's that going? Do we know?
The prosecution is still presenting their case in chief. And this is a case, again, we've said it before, this is a case about Michael Cohen. The money trail is the money trail, right? If you believe the money trail, then it shows that there was potentially a money transaction here that is not accurate. The only thing that the money trail can't do is it can't put Donald Trump's thumbprint on the crime. And that's the whole thing, isn't it? And the one who can put the thumbprint on the crime, that would be Michael Cohen. So the prosecution is taking the position that, look, we're going to paper cut Donald Trump to death. We're going to put witness after witness after witness after witness. And by the time all these little witnesses are there, they're all going to slowly but surely add up to Michael Cohen being credible. By the time Michael Cohen takes the stand, the jury, you're going to believe him. That's what the prosecution's trying to do. The defense, what they're trying to do here is they've got to score the points where they can, and they've got to, like with Hope Hicks on Friday, they tried to score what points they could with her, and they did so. I mean, they said, well, isn't he also trying to protect his family, maybe by doing this? And she said yes. Also, Michael Cohen, he calls himself Mr. Fix-It, but he normally fixes his own mistakes, right? And she said that was true. She also said that he tends to go off the reservation, that he tends to go rogue, which again, if I'm Donald Trump's lawyers and I'm trying to not let them put his thumbprint on the case, that's how I'm arguing it. But that's kind of they could have called Michael Cohen first. They're going to call him probably last or close to last. And that's why, is they're trying to build up his credibility first.
Well, can it be undone when Trump's lawyers point out that the whole reason this dude is in here in the first place is he got busted for lying?
Welcome to criminal court. I mean, there are in a lot of cases there are snitches, right? And they get up on the stand, and you have to you have to discredit them. And it's really hard. Statistics show overwhelmingly jurors like snitches. But where do you find the snitch, right? It's your cellmate. And that guy's not in there for anything good, is he? I mean, so you, as a prosecutor, you have to learn sort of, this is how we don't get to choose the witnesses here. We don't get to choose the folks that you're hanging out with during your drug deal, but those are all going to be the people who are pointing back at you. So Michael Cohen there is a lot there to work with if this trial is about his credibility.
If he does do another contempt violation and the judge says, I'm going to put you into jail, would it just be for a day? Would it be for like 12 hours? Would it be for a month? What's he looking at?
I believe in New York State, the penalty for contempt of court is up to 30 days. Here's what I think happens. I think that, well, I don't know. I mean, I think what could happen here is the judge could just basically pocket all of any new violations. He may just say, because we're about halfway home on this case, the judge may say, I'm going to rule all of these at the end of this trial. And when the jury is deliberating on guilt or innocence, he can have his hearing, and then he's going to say, if he finds these allegations true, he could throw Donald Trump in the can for 30 days for violations. Whether Trump is convicted or acquitted of this, I think he could do that. And I think to throw him in jail any sooner, I think that just adds to the circus factor of all this, which is already through the roof and is probably extremely difficult for any trial judge to navigate as it is, which is why I don't think you see Trump going to jail, at least during the trial. I'd be shocked if he went to jail afterwards too, but you never know.
Well, at your law firm, y'all, I assume you have a big legal library for doing research and whatnot. Is there any research that can be done and find out why all these court sketches are done with chalk on a grocery bag? We never got to the bottom of that.
That's a good question. The legal library at our law firm is my brain, which is very, very scary and very, and it can be a very big wind tunnel at times. Or we call it the restatement second of how we do things around here. If you have any lawyers listening, maybe they laughed. Yeah, that, I wish we could do a little bit better than this, but on a serious note, I really wish that we could see what's going on in this courtroom. I wish that we could watch it. I think in American history, there's never been a need to have a more transparent trial. In Dallas, we actually had a case get mistried about a week ago because a judge got caught on a hot mic because she was broadcasting her trial, criticizing the prosecution and talking about how she felt like the defendant was guilty in the middle of a trial. Yeah, so that's the downside to broadcasting these things. But I mean, I'm sure the judge has a reason for not broadcasting it, but we really ought to be. If there is a time and situation for transparency with our legal system, I think this would be it.
Oh, dude, the double standard there is absolute trash, because everyone who's listening to us right now, Jeremy, remembers that, oh, no, you can't see the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. No, you can't have anything. No, you can't see the only time in American history a president's been tried for a crime. But every second of the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, oh, yeah, you can have all of that. We will have live coverage top to bottom. And that doesn't sit right with anybody, Jeremy.
No, it doesn't. But at least the Amber Heard trial inspired a generation of young Taylor Swift fans to all go to law school, and I know a few of them. I'm a daughter, or I'm a father of a big Taylor Swift fan, and so whatever it takes to get kids engaged, we'll take it.
Yeah, it probably inspired a whole new generation of housekeepers as well, dealing with the mattress situation. Thank you, Jeremy Rosenthal, TexasDefenseFirm.com.
Thanks, James.